2025, baby.
Man, 2025.
I'm a classic man. You can be mean when you look this clean. I'm a classic man. Calling on me like a young OG. I'm a classic man. Your knees get met by the pre-elegant old-fashioned man. Yeah, baby, I'm a classic man, man, man.
University of
Man, what's up? 2025, baby. Happy New Year to you, big bro.
What's the word, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm great, brother. It is 2025. Welcome to the University of Man, where it's two brothers talking about manhood from a Christian's perspective. Hey, we're your hosts, Fred Abernathy, and my guy, Ivory L. Lewis. What's up, man?
Man, I got to give a shout out to the University of Illinois football and basketball team doing big things, man. We won
Big Ten running it.
Big Ten cheesy, what is it, Orange Bowl champions. We beat South Carolina, who was supposed to be in the anyway.
Hey, them boys from ILL was putting it down, baby. Hey, check it out, man. Look, first of all, you gave a shout out to Illinois. Yes, I don't know if people can tell, but I'm looking at your silhouette over there, brother. You kind of slimming down. What's happening? What's the dealio?
Listen, the goal is to get down to high school / junior high school. What? Yes, I said it. Junior high school
way, bro.
Wow, crazy. Things are happening around there. You know, I found something that's good for me. I'm gonna keep it that way. I don't care what anybody else do. We having fun over here.
Hey, that's what's up, man. Hey, listen, I know it's been a while since we've put a podcast out there. And to our viewers that have been rocking with us, we thank y'all for keep rocking with us. But it's 2025. You know, everybody needs a break. We had the holidays, chasing, some policies from the end of the year.
Can I say something though?
What's up?
I want to celebrate this because this is officially a full year that we've been doing this, my friend. And congratulations on a year celebration of being a podcaster. It is what it is.
Hey, it is what it is. Hey, we got to celebrate those in the house. Yes, sir. So look, man, I wanted to talk about the fact that, New Year's Eve, New Year's, people come up with New Year's resolution. Now, if you're trying to go to the gym, it's probably packed. Everybody in the gym now, everybody in the grocery store buying healthy food that they're going to let go spoil in 2 weeks and all that. So, I'm not with the New Year's resolution because I look at you making a resolution. Are you going to really make a change? So, but what I am with is goal setting. So what I try to do, and hey, man, listen, let's shout out to the queen of my life right now. Denise, like, listen.
Love of my life.
Listen, bro. Like we did goal setting for the year last year, and then goal setting for the year this year. So the plan was to review our goals from last year. Where did we have successes? Where did we fall short? Where can we improve on? And then set goals again for this year. So, and I know my sister Jamie, she all on top of it. So, and you're a very intuitive young man. So did you guys do resolutions or did you do goals?
So we did goals, also set business goals, business plan done. And the family is a different beast right now because we have two athletes that are 10 and under. And we are sometimes dividing and conquering. So there is a lot that's going on. We actually had them into it and just really putting forth the effort to make sure that everybody's bought in to the Lewis family. Because sometimes we have to go be pulled every weekend to something. And whether it be for work, whether it be for play, whether it be for fun, I think we've made vacations, some of these trips. So when we go out of town, we're kind of excited as a family, like, man, maybe we get to do something special. So anyways, but yeah, that's just kind of how it is right now.
So look, I like that. So when you guys did your goals, what were, and first let's talk about this, because this is University of Men, and why is it important to set goals as men? So when you look at the things that you've accomplished in life, how many things have you figured that you've been successful at without a plan?
Mm. None.
None. like, like
Either
the
I had a plan or somebody else had a plan, like a coach or whatever the case is. My mother, she knew what was going down, man.
yeah
She had foresight. That's how I would call it that. Foresight. She knew.
foresight. Hey,
Uh,
and that's great. So the issue is somebody had a plan. And a lot of times we have to depend on God's plan. But in reality, somebody had a plan. Even if you didn't come up with a plan, somebody got a plan because that old adage saying you either uh fail to plan or you plan to fail. And when I used to hear that as a kid, like, what? You fail to plan? Man, if you fail to make a plan, you're planning to fail at whatever you're setting out to do. Anytime you have a football team, basketball team, the coach has some type of plan. Any coach worth their weight in salt, they got to have some type of plan of action. And one of the greatest things from coaching aspect is being able to have tape on the team you getting ready to play. So you think about studying tape on you.
mm,
You could set goals for your next year, right?
preach,
So
preach, preach.
when when I looked at like, man, what was the let me study tape on Fred for 2024. What were the things that Fred did well individually? And then what was the thing that Fred did well as a couple and as a blended family? And how do we make that go forward? So when you look back on 2024, brother, what did you do well? What can we celebrate? What did you do well?
So, I'm gonna put this as a we, specifically for my wife. We
Mhm.
head up couples ministry in our church,
Okay.
and we're proud of that. We do, and we have a partnership with another campus. And my wife, she comes up with some ideas, my friend, that I have sometimes not the ability to believe wholeheartedly in. But I do it because she's my wife, and I know that at the end of the day, we've got a reputation of actually making things happen. So we were, a whole bunch of people in the park, and it's like 98, 92 degrees. And I'm like, babe, this is just not going, but it works. And, God moves. And then, like, we had a phenomenal party at the end of the year where it was a little bit and it was a little pricey, but my wife's like, we gonna go ahead and do it the way we do it, right? And I'm like, but babe, it's like New Year's, Christmas, people have budgets, right? And it was a dinner, and we got a chance to have some people come in and teach us how to dance. We did some line dancing, we had some fun, we had good ambiance, and everybody said that that was the best event of the year. And I was like, I need to just shut up and let God do what he do with my wife because sometimes I don't see it. I just want to go to the movies. Let's go ahead and have a little bit of dinner and go home, right? Nah. And then the great part about that was we pray every time we get done, but the woman that was doing the dancing for us, that was teaching us how to do the line dances, etc., she started praying. I'm like, man, this is good, but God ordained. So I believe that we are fighting for marriages. We're fighting for people to be in a place where they have the opportunity to have other people pray for them. So that's probably one of my biggest pluses and wins in 2024. Just heading that up every other month. We do something with our couples, and to me, I think that I put something up on social media. African Americans were 81% marriages. Now it's less than 35. And you actually look at strongholds on economy. When you have marriages in your culture, you have a stronger economy.
Stronger
Obviously,
economy.
it makes a lot of sense. And for probably one of the first times in American history, it's not the Caucasian couples because Caucasian couples are now on the downfall, but it's Asian Americans, then Indian Americans. So, and then third is Caucasians. And I think we're like seventh or sixth or something like that. So, just getting back to making sure that, making marriage cool again.
Man, listen, I love it. I celebrate the Lewises on that, baby. And more importantly, I celebrate you as a leader being able to understand that, hey, my wife has the foresight that and I need to follow sometime. Because a lot of time as men, we like, no, this the way that God made me the man. He made me the head. And you missing out because and it in bro code, which is what we call our men's ministry Bible study, bro code standing for constantly overcoming deficiencies effectively. So in bro code, we're reading Proverbs, and in Proverbs is really talking about wisdom and how we have to get her. And if you read the book of Proverbs and it talks about wisdom, it always talks about wisdom in a feminine tone. So that right there, being able to listen to your wife, the wisdom that she has, man, I celebrate that, brother. And just for me, like this year, being able to one, do the men's Bible class, do what we doing in the agency, do what we doing with the blended family, and like being able to like this year, and I just got off the phone with a client like 30 minutes ago. But this year, being able to let God lead me when I'm talking to clients, I've had at least 6 conversations with clients this year that wasn't about business, but was about spiritual uplifting. When I got them on the phone, like, man, what's going on? I originally called you about getting this policy, but it sounds like we need to talk about what's going on and how God is moving and what's happening in your situation. And I thank God that he put me in a situation where, yes, I can be financially good and make money at what I do, but also I can be able to minister to somebody, not just about their insurance needs, but about their life needs, about their spiritual needs. So that's been a good goal that we accomplished last year. And my queen has been able to do those same things at work, being able to, hey, just stop what we're doing and find out, man, what's going on with you as a person and how, and like when she gives encouragement, it's like, man, it was time to raise an offering. It's time to raise an offering. So
Right.
with those things said, brother, what do you feel like you could have done better? What was a goal that you had and you feel like, man, I may have met it or just barely missed it, or I could have done better with that?
So, hmm, I think that there is the overall, like, and then there's the root cause. And I've
Mm-hmm.
been learning to look at the root causes a whole lot more than just you know, the the end result. So my
Mm-hmm.
root cause for a lot of things I believe that may not have been up to what I believe is a standard for what I want in not only my life but my family's life is just trusting the Lord a little bit more
Mm-hmm.
and putting more on God and being in a place where I'm doing the things I'm supposed to do, standing on His word and trying not to, lean on what I believe has to happen, but lean on what God has for me and being in the moment a lot more. There's times where I can actually literally be in a conversation with somebody, but I'm thinking about 6 other things. I'm just learning how to shut down all those different things and be in the moment with people and allowing myself to let God move through me through the Holy Spirit. So um, I, I can give you a whole lot of things that I didn't like, but I think that it all boils down to that root cause of allowing the Holy Spirit to move with me presently, more intentionally on a daily basis. And boy, I tell you, all the other things sort of just you laugh at them. It's like this really has nothing like it, if I'm not going to talk about it in 5 years, why am I talking about it now? Type stuff.
Man,
So there you
and that's crazy. You are my brother because one of the things that I'm like is be where your feet are.
go. Mm.
Be where your feet are. And for me, without having no toes, that's a little different, but be where your feet are. And what I mean by that is, like you
Dion
said,
Jr. over there. I see.
yes, sir. Be in the moment. Be like you said, like where my feet is, like man, everything else. And that's one of the things that I really took away from Michael Jordan. I know everybody is he the GOAT? Well, yes, he is the GOAT in basketball. We get that. But one of the things he said that was really impressive to me was when he gets on the court, he blocks out everything. because that's his sanctuary. Like, man, I can't take what's going on outside, what's going on in the paper, what's going on at home, because I'm on the court right now and I'm doing this. So when I'm with my family, I'm doing family. When I'm at work, I'm doing work. When I'm at church, I'm doing church. But all of it got God in it. But being present where you are, being with man, that that's so impactful. And to go through the things that I've gone through in the past couple of years, time has sped up in my mind. and it but the one scripture that I've been hearing is be anxious for nothing.
Mm.
Be anxious for nothing. Like God and God's timing is God's timing. So be anxious for nothing. So that would be something that I definitely was like, you know what? You got to let God's timing be God's timing. Yep, your time is sped up in your head. Yes, I'm not wasting time with just any random people. And that's the other thing, assets and liabilities, not just physical assets and liabilities, but some people are liabilities. And I need, if you can't be an asset to my life, I can't waste time with you as a liability. So that's one of the things that I've learned. So, how important was it for you to set goals? And not really how important. I get how important. When you guys went about setting goals as a couple, as a family, did you do like what we call stretch goals, smart goals? Um, like how was your goal setting strategy? That's what I'm looking for. The strategy.
So okay, there's multiple things, and my wife has this house that she wants, and I've got to get it. It's got to have an east wing, and it's got to have the west wing, and it's got to have all the things that's in between. And to the to the ivory man, the man that's on Earth, that's a stretch, bro. Like, come on, man, that's a stretch. Like
Right, right, right.
California, East Wing, what I'm saying? But then to the unlimited ivory, the spiritual ivory, the man that knows that things can happen at this just spark. Couple things can happen all of a sudden, boom. Like there's people are like 16 years old making 2 4 $16 million on TikTok, everything else. There's multiple things that God has gifted us with to be able to do this. So it's just another mountain that we can move. Then it becomes one of those things where it's like, why can't we have that? And if you put your mind to it, you can do it. You're touching so many different companies, so many different individuals, and it just takes one person to have your name on their lips to be able to change the rest of your life. So just standing firm and knowing that what you think may be a stretch is really it's not. It's really not a stretch. But um, I'll be honest with you. We have some layovers from some things like you talked about. What did we do good? What we didn't do good? And the house is one of them. So that's something that my wife got. We've sort of put in our head, and we're gonna get that taken care of. It'll be one of the things that we check off. But gratitude, man. Like the the life that I'm living right now, if I could go back into time and ask my 10, 12, 15, 20, I would have taken this 100 times out of 100. So I can't negate what I've done to get what I want, but I'm going to add on what I want to get basically what I've already done and then some. And I'm just so thankful, man. So happy, and knowing that there's some people out there that don't necessarily have the relationships, not just the monetary and the physical things that you could put in your hands, but the relationships that make you a millionaire, make you a make you a billionaire. And somebody said, "What's the difference between a million and a billion?" And if you put it in seconds, how many? I'm going to ask you, how many? What's the time frame if you had a million seconds?
If I had 1,000,000 seconds,
Yeah.
what is that? 10 days?
Mm, 11 years. But if you had
11 years?
11 years. But if you
Really?
had a billion seconds, that's 33.
Okay.
So it's a big difference. But
Yeah.
most people don't get it because they just say he's a billionaire, he's a billionaire. Like I am in the realm of knowing that God's gonna touch us and we're gonna be able to give all that money away to other people to
Yeah.
get to that $1 billion status, $1 million status. Like it's so fun to be able to think about how this last name is connected to God's last name, who's connected through the blood with all of the things that we've had happen, and just being able to pass this on. So, yeah, hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah, man. So
Stretch goals,
stretch
stretch
goal.
goals.
So when you, I like the whole stretch goal. If your goal is not making you a tad bit frightened, it's not big enough.
Can I say it like Bishop Bronner said it?
What's that?
You ready? I got the poster right here. If the size of your vision is not intimidating to you, it's possibly and probably insulting to God. Dream
Man,
big, trust and obey.
yes. Yeah. If your
I'm not
goal is like,
insulting God, so I'm gonna go ahead and dream bigger.
yeah, if your goal is like, oh well, I could probably that'll probably happen if I just change one thing and it yeah, that's not really that's not a stretch goal. We're not stretching out like, but now, how do as men, because the men that we tend to hang out with and the men that we are,
Yeah,
when you get focused on something, you get tunnel vision sometimes.
absolutely.
How do you set a goal that's a stretch goal,
Hmm.
but it's still attainable
Hmm.
and be able to focus on the 5 F's and not let the one big goal get you tunnel vision where you don't always stay with the 5 F's. And then for those of y'all that don't remember what the 5 F's are, we talking about faith, family, finances, fitness, and fun. So typically the goal that we typically set is for finances. What can we do for finances is how much money can we save, what can we buy, what can we achieve, how what we can do in business. And we're very good at setting goals with business and the things the goals we want to hit financially. But what about those faith goals? What about those family goals? That fitness goal? Well, Ivory, you're pretty. You're point with fitness goal. You over there withering away, but you good. And then, do we ever? How many people put a fun goal, not fund, but fun? FUN. What's your fun goal? Because we only get one life to live. We gotta enjoy it. So when you're looking at that focus on that big goal that's attainable but is a stretch, how do you work in those other 4 F's and not let those fall by the wayside?
I'll be honest with you. I have been of the ilk where I like that word ilk. I've been of the ilk where I only use the four, and fun came only if the other four were taken care of. And
Oh,
faith, family, finance, and fitness. And once you take care of those four, the fun comes because now you're celebrating. And it might be every week, every month, at the end of the year type stuff where you're celebrating some wins, but people tend to forget that fun is innate. Like I don't need a mentor for fun. I know how to have fun. I'm my own mentor for fun type stuff,
right.
right? Now people have taught me how to have fun in different ways. Well, I was like, okay, that's cool. Let's go here, right? But um, it just depends on where you are in your life. And I'll be honest with you, health is wealth. Wealth is health. And if you can have both of them at the same time, you have beaten probably 80% of the population because either somebody's super healthy and they're broke, or they're super wealthy and they have horrible relationships with their family. And if you find somebody with a six pack, they are probably sleeping on somebody's couch, right? So how can't you have? No, I'm serious. Why can't you have all of it though, right? So I'm a big proponent of being able to say that you can have all things that you want. And one of my mentors, Sean Villalobos, he talks about this a lot too, where you can be in a place where you can have all things as long as you just put it in perspective. Like there's going to be times in your life where something's going to be more focused on this and that. And maybe you do have to get your finances in order to be able to focus on being able to get a proper meal plan. Whereas if your finances aren't in order, you got to get what you can get, right?
Yeah.
So it's weird how sometimes, and I can teach you on another slide with this, but it's weird how sometimes it costs more to be healthy than not healthy.
It ain't weird. It's true. Good
But
food for you costs way more than junk food, bro. That's just
now
a fact.
I'll say this: in what I've been doing recently, that is a myth. You can actually be in a place where you're eating healthy, and you could also have. I'm spending way less than I've ever spent on food, and I'm full. You don't have to like starve yourself to be healthy. You could be
Yeah,
in a
it's
place
just the way that
right
you
thing.
train your body to eat,
Exactly, and
and I
I,
get that.
I think that everybody's body is different, and there's
Hmm.
no one way for everyone. But you do have to eliminate. So eliminate what you need to, and then add on as you can, because this is probably one of the best things that God has ever created. Your body. Why
Yeah.
can't you take care of that? So your health is connected to your, I believe, at least me, your health is connected to your spiritual being. So health and faith are there. If you don't take care of those two things, your body's your temple. Like you
Yes, sir.
take care of that, you actually get better visions. You actually have less brain fog, and you could actually do things better. So why not start with the root of taking care of you? And the ironic thing is the devil will get you into a place where you think that you can't get it back. You can't figure it out. But I go by this creed, the best is yet to come. And yes, I'll be in a fitness competition very soon. I don't know when, but it's coming. But you heard it here first. I'm throwing myself under the bus. There you go.
That's hey, listen. So like you, fun is not the hard thing. So what I've been noticing is even when we wrote our goals down, all of our goals, fun was in intertwined in those.
Yeah.
So when we talk about family, we talked about having family outings once a month, something together. That was still in our fun. Like we still having fun doing that. We talk about finances. We trying to plan for a trip or plan to buy a place. That's man, that's fun. Like all that, man. Even the whole working out. Like man, if we work out together at least a half an hour, we spending time together. You should have fun spending time with your mate. Just those things. You crazy little. I would have fun spending time with your mate. Yes, you do. So all of those things can intertwine, but sometimes we get and I feel like we get focused on one goal because of past failures, because we accepted a past failure in a goal that we had set. Now it's like, oh, I gotta hit it this year. I gotta hit it this year, and we block out everything else. And yep, like you said, you could be the wealthiest person on the planet, but have a horrible relationship with your family. Is it really worth it? So, what is most important? Let's set the goals. One that is going to be in line with what God will have us to do.
Ooh, you better get it, boy. Preach.
Two, let's set the goals that's going to make us happy to the point where everything else is going to fall in line. And like for you, like I see when you are physically like doing it, you be like, what? Look at you, boy. I see it and I get it. Now I've gotten to the point where like, okay, look, I'm not eating, I'm not living to eat. I eat to live. Like, yep, this is it. I got the lunch. I'm cool. And so I had to start with, because Panda Express was like my Achilles heel. I know what I'm gonna get on my Uber Eats app. I don't even have to pick what it is. I just picked last order. So
We got a fave 5 with Uber Eats. Let's go.
right. So now I'm like, look, I gotta cut that down. I don't need to be eating that. I need to bring my lunch and do it. And like, man, okay, that's been what's up. But now when we talk about, let's just use football.
Sure.
Every play in football is not designed for a touchdown, but it's designed to get a first down. So if you really look at football, it's not about really how many touchdowns you can get. How many first downs can you get? Because if you continue to get a first down, you will eventually get a touchdown. Now, there are plays that, man, is designed for a first down and somebody misses a tackle and you can keep going and get a touchdown. But really, the play is designed for a first down. 10 and out, 5 and out, the run. Those are first down plays. That's what they are. Sometimes we set so the goal, we only looking at the touchdown. We only looking at, oh, I got to get in the end zone. No, bruh. You got 5 days out of the week to make a first down. just make the first down. So you don't got to punt and get a ball up. Hold on to the ball, stay on the field, and just make a first down. That's it. So, yes, that's why I believe in SMART goals. Specific. What's the specific goal? Specifically, I want to win. How is that measured? I win by how many first downs I can make, which will eventually get me to the touchdown.
This is very ironic coming from a Chicago Bears fan right now. I just want.
Hey, we just won the Super Bowl. We beat the Packers. That was our Super Bowl. So
this might not age well when you say that. I'm just saying. I'm throwing it out there.
We hadn't beat the Packers in 6 years. We beat them in Lambeau, Super Bowl. We're done. So then agreed upon that. Hey, you got to agree upon these. Are these goals agreed upon with first you and God? Is this aligned with what God would have with your life? Agreed upon. Then if you're married with your mate, did y'all come together and agree upon these goals, or were you just out there making goals and your wife and your kids have no idea about the goals? Then is it realistic? Now, we talked about, like Ivory, you said the mortal Ivory. I don't know if that West Wing, East Wing is realistic, but when we got God, there's nothing too hard for God. There's nothing that is impossible with God. So yes, it is realistic. And then time bound. At what time? Like the game of football only lasts, you get 12 minutes per quarter. No, in NFL, you get 15 minutes per quarter. So you got whatever season you're in, whatever quarter in your life you in, you got an amount of time to get these things done. Stop procrastinating. Procrastination is the thief of all goals, in my opinion, because we wait and I can do it, I can do it. And I don't know, I do know about you, Irie. We both tend to work better under pressure, but but things happen a lot better when we plan it out and we execute the plan on the way. Now we don't miss nothing when the pressure come on. We still get it done, but when you don't procrastinate and get it done on time, it's a beautiful thing. What you got?
I love everything that you just said. First and foremost, I think that I agree with it. I want to speak to the people that haven't forgiven themselves for making or not making a goal, and I want to make sure that you understand that God still sees you. He still sees your heart. He still sees what you're going through. You still sees how much you've pushed, and sometimes you just got to go a couple more inches, and maybe what you're pushing for, he knows it wasn't supposed to be for you in the first place. So he's just giving you that muscle so that when it's time for you to do this again, you will be on fertile ground. What is the word, Fred? You can help me out with this. A day to him is like 1,000 years to us. 1,000 years to us is like a day to him. Whatever the case is, time for him, time for God is irrelevant because he made it. He is it. For us, it just seems like you're watching a pot boil. Is it there yet? Be happy in everything that you do in every place that you are. The people that sometimes the happiest people are the people on Skid Row. Why? Because they're completely fulfilled with what they're doing. I encourage you to be completely fulfilled with what you're doing, along with having goals, along with setting things, along with setting standards in your life. And not forgetting the little people, not forgetting those people that don't necessarily know how to make this happen. And one size isn't for everybody. We all aren't here supposed to be the pastor. We are, like, as a matter of fact, sometimes being number two is a whole lot more important than being number one, because the number two guy keeps number one on his toes. Like, imagine a pastor that's supposed to touch somebody, millions of people, but he didn't have the number two guy or woman or his spouse, whatever the case is. So don't disillusion yourself with your position, because we are all part of the body of Christ and we work perfectly.
Woo! Hey, that's really the story of Moses. Moses without Aaron, the people would still be in Egypt. They would have never been free. He got that number two. So, bro, that's a mic drop right there. Pastor Lewis, like we need to go ahead, raise the offer. You can send all your tithes and offer to at Irie Lewis. Hey, no, but that's dope. Like, even when you didn't accomplish your goal, even when it was what you perceived as a failure, no is not never. It may just be not now. Like, man, know that God sees you. He sees your effort. It's just like we use the game of football. Just because you lost the play doesn't mean you can't still win the game. Just because you are behind in the fourth quarter with seconds to go and you kick a field goal and you win the game. That it is just not, don't hang your head on something that wasn't accomplished. We got to keep moving forward. And man, that's what one of the number one things about being a man is. Like, no matter what happened, we got to keep moving forward and learn from every lesson. That's the biggest thing I can say. And that's why I say the best is coach. They have their team watch film. And for us in our lives, look at what you did in the past. We're not going to dwell on it, but we're going to look on it and see, okay, this is what happened. This is what happened. How can I adjust? How can I defend that? How can I attack that? And I think we'll be great. So look, man, that is us for the first show of the year. Hey, but look, let's not forget, what do we got coming up in February? Valentine's Day. I think we're going to have some special guests. So make sure you guys are tuned in.
Yeah, that's right.
We're going to have our special guests. They're going to be our significant others. I know this is University of Man, but we got to have the ladies on the show to, man, that's going to be scary, bro. Are we going to script that show?
Oh, boy. Whose idea was this?
It was your idea, just for the record. Your idea. Hey, man, but thank y'all for watching and listening. Please subscribe, share. Man, tell people about it, about the show, University of Man.
Oh, whoa. Before we do this, who you got for the Super Bowl? I know we just start the playoffs this coming up weekend. If you are looking at this in the past and the future, who you got for the Super Bowl? I know who you don't got.
Hey, watch your mouth. I'm thinking the Detroit Lions versus, I hope not the Kansas City Chiefs. That's what I hope.
All right, so
and I'm a Chicago Bears guy, so I'm rooting for Detroit because they're from the NFC North and they've never won. And I love their coach. He coaches football like we used to play Madden. Fourth down, go for it.
Nice your knee off. I'm just saying. All right, so this is what I'm gonna say. I got the Los Angeles Rams versus the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC Championship. And yes, the Rams will get beat. The Eagles will go on, and they will go against the Kansas City Chiefs, who will actually win their third and have their three-peat. You heard it here first. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Yeah.
It's a good thing we're not betting men.
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.